Peace, my family, and we're back to all. Those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time, welcome. This your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all that good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good non-mind. How you're feeling. You guys most definitely moving on up in your higher natures and most definitely cleansing. You know what's up. We gotta cleanse. Cleansing the lows. I came on here today to read. This is Genesis, the genes of Isis. Torah 1. This is still chapter 3, and it continues. This right here will certainly help you on this good journey. And so, for that being said, let's read, family. All right, now. The knowledge of agreeable and the knowledge of agreeable from disagreeable. Let me read that one more time. The knowledge of agreeable from disagreeable. All right, let's read. And Yahshua of the Elohim said, Behold, talking to the cherubs. And now Adam has become as one of us, a disagreeable being, for he was already created agreeable. So this could only mean he became something new, which would be like the disagreeable cherubs. His eyes are open. When it says one of us, it's implying as one of the cherubs, those guarding the east gate of the enclosed garden, as in Genesis 3:24. He now knows, meaning he has willpower. Now he has it in his nature. The being used in, or the being, the word being used in Hebrew for us also implies that there were more than one Yahshua involved in this situation. This was the 24 Yahwehs, or the elders, which were in the Garden of Eden. 12 agreeable cherubims and 12 disagreeable cherubims, called Luciferians. So, Adam now knows pleasure from pain, sober from intoxication, right from wrong, and disagreeable from agreeable. He's been confronted with the deception because he has been deceived. He tried to lie and pervert thoughts and pervert thoughts. He is just like the one of us, or just like one of us, those disagreeable ones, and us agreeable ones. In the state that Adam is in, he's not entitled to what he was created to yet, or get. Let me repeat that one more time, because this is underlined. In the state that Adam is in, he's not entitled to what he was created to get. His divinity as a Etherian, or Ethereum again, which would be eternal life, he must pass through stages. Y'all got that? And this stage that you are passing through is a 6,000 year period from Adam's expulsion without his Barthian gland and his 4 higher senses of divinity, namely tuition, clairvoyance, psychometry, telepathy. And from the enclosed garden of delights until the end of this era, he shall be under the spell of kingdom and the rule of Leviathan, called also Satan, the devil, had 6,000 years to reign. You had a grace period from Adam down to the curse of Cain, where the albino seed was born, right up until the 6,000-year period. And Yahshua the Elohim said to the Elohim, Anunnaki, seraphims and cherubims, look at Adam. He has become just like one of us. He knows will, having the ability to make decisions between that which is to be agreeable and disagreeable. Using his 4 higher senses, psychometry, clairvoyance, intuition, telepathy, he is free to think for himself without the commands of the Elohim. And now, at this point, we must be aware, or he will take and eat also of the tree of divine life. So it goes on to say, the tree of divine life. Read the scroll of all and live forever. So let's remove his Barthian gland and mummy him and his seed after him with the spell of Kingu, Leviathan. So because of this disagreeable, or because of this disobedience, because of this, scratch that disagreeable, but it says because of this disobedience in the enclosed garden, and Yahshua the Elohim sent Adam and Hua Eve out of the east side of the enclosed garden of delight under a spell of Kingu as a slave to the ground from which, or from where, your body was taken without the Barthian glands. The spell was cast by Anshu or Zuan for Nundamud, head of a group of Luciferian reptilians. The Elohim had to force Zakar, Adam, and Nukeva, Eve, to leave the enclosed garden of delight. They never mentioned that in the Bible. The Aramic Hebrew word used in Genesis 3:24 is garaz, meaning evicted, to drive out. They did not want to leave, so they drove them out. That's why in Genesis 3:24 they put cherubs, the second order of angelic hierarchy, as the 2 cherubs, also called cherubim, that protected the mercy seat. Exodus 25:18-20, or cover of the ark in the Holy of the Holies. Their symbol was of the cherubs. The bull headed the Assyrians with extended wings in Egypt in front of a nose as protectors. Faces of men, bodies of bulls with extended wings, disagreeable angelic beings, the wicked ones. And it is necessary to put wicked beings to guard the east end of the gate, because Adam was going to try to get back into the garden, so they had to protect it. The order of cherubims, men, warriors that did not like Adam, but knew him, were stationed at the east end of the garden. Why the east end? Because the eastern state of the Garden of Delight was facing Nod, Persian Gulf, and from which the Nasra or Nasra entered, and the western end of the enclosed garden was pointing toward the Nile. They were worried about the people at the Tigris and Euphrates. That's where Adam and Eve were put out, and they ended up migrating toward Sodom, the outer field called Nubia. The first Kush, Cush, Genesis 2:13, where you see Ethiopia. In Hebrew, you find Cush long before the Cush of Genesis 10:6 was born, and Adam wanted to get to the tree of divine life he wanted to get to the tree of divine life. People have been seeking that tree, and they call it the fountain of youth, and have been trying to find ways to preserve life. In actuality, it is symbolic of herbalism. So, the Adam was evicted. Notice it says the Adam, a group of people. The Adam was evicted. A group, a tribe group. Adam and Eve evicted, right? From the enclosed garden. And the cherubs, those who are near, were stationed at the east gate of the Garden of Delight, each having a sword of power, changing in order to keep anybody away from the path to the tree of the divine life, the laboratory, where the divine information was kept. Alright? So that is the end of chapter 3, family. Alright, so that was a lot to take in, most definitely, if you haven't heard this before. And again, you're encouraged so much so to check this out yourself and read for yourself, because it's going to be needed, and it's definitely encouraged to do so, because it's all about doing your own self-study, because this is your soul and it's something for you to check out and look at for yourself, right? So you can get your confirmation you need within you when you begin to read for yourself. And if you are interested, it is on the channel if you really want to know, right? Alright, so for now, I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, I want y'all all to know again that you are loved beyond this world, and in it, begin to spread that love one to another, family. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi out. Peace, shalom, hashug, divine love, family, and wadu. And it's all so much love.